Hello class 8th student, it's a part 3 in which we revise exercise F from chapter 6. So answer the following question in brief. Question number 1. How does climate change affect the wildlife? So climate change affect the wildlife as the birds lay egg earlier and some birds are move closer to the poles. Okay, some birds and animals move closer to the pole, and the effect is also that it will be rise sea level. So when the sea level is rise, then it affect the sea creatures life. Affect the sea creatures mean the animals which are living in the sea. When the level of water or the temperature will high, then they also affect the life of these sea creatures, and the migration pattern also be affected if the climate change. Okay, so this climate change affect the wildlife in many ways, like they lay egg earlier. Sometimes they move to the poles if they live in a region where the temperature is so high due to the climatic change, then they try to move towards the pole. So in this way the climate change affect the wildlife. Second one, what are botanical gardens and zoo park set up? Why are botanical gardens and zoological park set up? So we know, as the name indicate, the botanical garden means here the different plants with their common name and their botanical name, they are situated and used for the studies. And as the zoological park, it's a natural habitat of the natural habitat set up for the animals. So let's start. Botanical garden are place where large number of plants are grown. Garden plants are grown and labeled with their common name and the specific name along their varied uses, means their common name, botanical name and their uses are also displayed. It provides an opportunity for people to learn more about them and understand the need to conserve them, why they should conserve these plants. The information about plant is also used for scientific research and conservation. They are established to conserve rare and threatened plant species. So this is a use of the preservation or the making botanical garden. The major use of the botanical garden to establish that to conserve rare and threatened plant species. And the zoological park, named as zoo also, where animals are kept in closed or open confinement, means some animals are, you can see, openly walking down in the forest, and some are in prison. For public exhibition. Zoological park are created similar to the natural or the animal's original habitat. They serve as place for breeding some rare and endangered animals. Zoos provided information about the occurrence of the different species of plant and animals. Okay, means in a natural way plants or animals are kept down for the pupil, they can see them and understand them. Now next one, difference between afforestation and deforestation. We know this thing, that planting more and more trees known as the afforestation. So what is the difference between afforestation and reforestation? Means in the reforestation, recently deforestations and they have not been forested for a while. means afforestation done at those places where there never be plant, where there is never be plant. Afforestation done at a place due to some lack of the soil fertility, nobody tried to grow plants there, so a very new place where there never be the plant and their planting will done, then it known as the afforestation. And what is reforestation? Means we can consider the recently deforested area, means one at a time in the past there will be plants, but at the present there will be no plant, so this land will be used for grown crops or the plants, and this is known as reforestation. Means in afforestation a very new land is used for planting, and in reforestation a land where already some planting has done, but at the present time there will be no plant. So this is the basic difference between afforestation and reforestation. The next one, what are the causes of deforestation? So we know this thing that deforestation is a process in which in a large amount the plants are cutting down. The basic reason for the deforestations are, first is the increase in the population and higher demand of the people. Industries are settled down, use of timber, plant products, for that plants are cutting down to fulfill the requirements of the people. Then second is for the its use as a grazing land for the cattle, like animals, cow, buffaloes, goats, they are using for grazing land. It is also leads to the deforestation. And third one, due to some natural disaster like forest fire, this deforestation can be done. So there are three causes I have told you. The last one question from the exercise F, explain desertification. The process in which the land become desert. A process in which a fertile land become desert means after the deforestation. After deforestation there will be no plant on the land, and after some time the upper layer, which we called the humus, soil erosion done. This humus or the soil erosion, the uppermost part of the soil can be drawn by the water and can be flown away by the air, means the upper layer of the soil removed out. Then after some time the rocky part from the inner layers of the soil comes out, and there will be no planting on that rocky part. Some rocks and stones are come outside after removing the uppermost layer, and this leads to making the desert. This process is known as deforestation, in which a fertile land becomes desert. So first one, the deforestation done, and after deforestation the uppermost layer is going out with the help of water, air, and the rocky parts or the stone parts that come outside, and it's from the desert. Thank you class, we continue in the next part.